Bob, another off-season of coaching changes, and you're still here. What what keeps you here? What do you like about it here?
I like everything about it here. First and foremost, the community, the area, all of that. But I would say maybe tied with first and foremost that is our president and athletic director. I think too much of the time people, when they talk about what opportunities you have to work with great people, and President David Bourne, his track record is pretty incredible, and then his leadership of the university and strength in helping build our program has been great too. So that's a big issue with head coaches, and again, same with the athletic director Joe. There's not a better guy in the country that works harder, and that again always is they're always have a vision to help you build and continue to improve your program, because it doesn't happen with just me. There's a lot of hands that go into helping us achieve and pursue success, and I feel I have two of the best leaders in the country to help me do that, and that I enjoy and genuinely like working with, and that's a big factor, I think, more than any with this position. Along with enjoying the community, is obviously another factor. But your working environment is the biggest factor.
When you say you like the area, what do you like about it?
Well, not the wind, but hey, I'm just I'm a regular guy like everybody. I like just the community. The people are down to earth and approachable and friendly. And my family enjoys that, and I guess whatever anybody else enjoys about being in a good community. It's a great place to live.
But some of your other coaches have talked about how the stability helps them in recruiting and even just dealing with their own positions and things. Could you talk about the stability of this program and how that assists you in this program being successful?
Well, I think recruits do understand that our commitment to what we're doing is there, and that we've been able to have changes in our staff, but it's never really affected us going after championships or the style of play that we work and use. And so I think most recruits have become used to that's okay, and any program that's putting out a lot of head coaches must be doing a lot of good things, and so they feel they're coming into a positive environment that they'll still be able to grow and find success in.
Do you think what's happened at West Virginia and Maryland this year says where your profession's going?
Well, it probably has some indication to a degree with some people. Again, I think that there's varying styles of leadership and or of being an athletic director or a president, and again, I'm sure everybody has their way that they feel it needs to be done or what their program needs, but again, that's where I've felt very good and positive about working with the leaders I work with here.
Does it come up a lot when you recruit or even your staff, like the kids ask, how are you going to be here with coaches? I mean,
not anymore, but it comes up last year, this year, and I simply tell them what my intention is and make sure they understand when rumors are false that they're false. I can't do anything about it, so it's never been a big deal at all.
Do you see this being your last coaching job at this point?
I'm way too young for that, so I don't know what'll happen. You guys know that. I've got no idea from one year to the next when it's time or when you feel, every now and then things change. Things can change, and it may be time to move on and do something different. And I'm young enough that could happen sometime.
Can you talk about Moses Madu and what he's meant to this program?
Yeah, Moses has done an excellent job of making an impact. I'm hopeful in this coming game he'll make even more of one. He's had his games where he's really stepped in and carried us and shined. So he's always been positive. He's always worked hard, and so he's really impacted us in a positive way. And again, hopefully he's got one more game to do so.
Coach Venables was pretty harsh on himself and self-critical, saying that you guys deserve the criticism you've received for the BCS losses. Do you agree with him at all?
Well, in the end, sure. There's always, anytime you lose, you're going to be criticized. That's how it goes. But in the end, there's always different. There's different stories to all of them, and never right or wrong, or never an excuse. In the end, you need to win. But some of them are three of them are national champions. You lose to the best team in the country. Other ones, you look and I'm looking forward to, hopefully we'll be at full speed, but the last time we were down there, we're without Malcolm Kelly and DeMarco Murray and Reggie Smith and DeMarcus Granger. So that doesn't help you. And other times there's coaching changes. So all of that together, there's a lot of varying reasons and you're playing championship teams. That's the other factor. Everyone just, you're playing a champion of another conference is always an excellent football teams when you're in these games. So, to a degree, sure. To maybe to some other degrees, it doesn't matter. I look, everyone. Well, in the end, that's what's going to happen if you don't win.
But isn't this the ultimate no-win situation for you? Everybody expects you to win. If you lose,
well, in the end, it doesn't matter. We're expected to win all the time, and so winning. There's a lot to earn by winning it, So that's what we look at, and they are a good football team. And again, they're on a 5-game winning streak, and these are tough games to win. Heck, it's easy for the players to see. We were favored in the last 2 games and lost when we were in the Fiesta Bowl. I watched 2 years ago Alabama play for the SEC championship, go right down to the wire with Florida and get beat by 14 points to Utah in the Sugar Bowl. So, there's a lot of examples out there for players to understand that you got to be at your best in these games.
I think, though, you're the biggest favorite in the history of BCS since it started. Is that any more added pressure?
No. Doesn't matter. I didn't know that, and doesn't make a difference. So, I don't know. What were we favored in the Oklahoma State game? So we weren't favored to win, and none of you guys picked us.
Well, that's
So
my point. Wouldn't you prefer that position to one?
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't make a difference. Those things don't make a difference to coaches and players, as we have to play.
You say none
So.
of you guys picked us.
That's what I was told
No.
anyway. Oh, you did? Okay, sorry. You're the only one.
Hey, Bob, has anybody played a hurry-up offense against UConn this year?
Oh,
Not necessarily no huddle, but when you guys get in the fast gear and hurry up. Has
I
anybody
don't know,
tried
West
that?
Virginia can get going pretty good. I can't say that because that doesn't show as much on videotape. You don't get that pace. And I haven't gotten far enough to watch TV copies of their games, so it's hard for me to say right now.
It would seem like that would be an advantage in bowl games when you're playing teams you're unfamiliar with, haven't played. It seems like the pace that you can play at would be whereas Texas, Oklahoma State, people that have seen it 2 or 3 years now, they at least know what's coming. You may not know what's coming until you're actually in the middle of it.
Yeah, hopefully, but hopefully it can be. In the end, though, they have TV copies of games, and there's ways of trying to show examples of how it can be.
That would be incredibly hard to simulate in practice. You guys are so fast.
Oh, it can be. Yeah, it's getting a scout team to go at that pace isn't the easiest thing.
Did Florida come up with two teams at a time, I think was there?
Yeah, some teams have done that.
Any concern that the bench's injury could be something that keeps reoccurring?
No, doctors don't seem to feel that way at all. They feel the pins will help it ensure that it heals properly.
In, what was it, 07, after the Fiesta Bowl, you told us at the press conference we may have to re-examine how we do these things. What steps did you guys take? And obviously you're not going to be specific, but whether it's...
There's only so much you can do
Yeah.
in the end. You have to practice at a certain time. You have a function to go to. You can't tell the bull you're not going to it. So, you do the best you can, in the end, you got to play better, you know, and so you get opportunities to make plays, you got to make them, and you can't turn the ball over, and that's the bottom line.
Everybody has a layoff. Whoever you're playing's had a 4, 5, 6 week layoff too. But how does it affect a football team?
Well,
5, 6 weeks off from playing.
yeah, it's just you haven't had the impact that full speed work. The guy carrying the ball all of a sudden's hit at full speed. You know, the pace of the game is just when it's a game situation is no matter what is different than practice, and so to me that's the biggest issue. Same thing with practicing your special teams. All of a sudden it's at Mach speed, and you have to be ready for it and ready to take the collisions and the hits that come with it.
Is it like preparing for the first game of the season?
Not quite, but it's fair to say it's different, you know, because you're not in that rhythm of playing weekly. And it's always a fine line. You know, we've had some years where we scrimmaged and went full speed against each other, and then other years we haven't, and it's just how you balance that with injuries, you know.
Some speculate like this time of year, the programs have to deal with guys that maybe think about the decision, stay
That's
or
a-
pro. How you guard
It's a
it?
legitimate factor. You know, juniors and seniors already with a foot out the door. We had a bunch of kids already graduate. They're on to the next step. As soon as they walk out your locker room, they're into something different after that game, or a junior that's going out early, and that is an issue. That in these games can be hard to manage too. So it's just talking to them about it, reasoning with them to stay all in until after the game, and then start making those decisions. Because I believe even if they already know exactly what they're doing, subconsciously they've got a foot out, as opposed to, you know, waiting.
As you reflect, do you think that was a factor in some of those BCS goals?
It could have been. You know, for me to say definitely is not fair to say, and again, excuse or not, it hasn't helped maybe in some.
Have you given any thought to the Mark Cuban proposal of throwing money at a playoff, possibly to invite teams?
No. Haven't. Won't
Do you
happen.
even know about?
I don't know about it, but I won't be coaching when that happens, 'cause that'll be a while.
Bob, you talk about, you know, guys 1 foot out and not knowing or knowing and 1 foot out. Doesn't seem like this team has got too many of those guys. You don't have a lot of seniors playing.
No,
And
it
you
doesn't
don't
seem
have-
like.
You don't have a lot of juniors that are, you got
Right.
a couple of 3 that might need to be making that decision, but you've had a lot more you had teams with a lot more guys in
I
that
have.
situation than this year.
It's fair to say, and hopefully these guys will remain all in and focused, because they've been a great group that way. That's been their strength, has been their attitude and their focus and their willingness to work and look forward to the game. So hopefully that'll remain here through these next few weeks.
In talking to Landry, he said he's made a lot of progressions through the year. What have you specifically noticed in his development this year?
Just I think confidence and even becoming more relaxed, not pressing so much, and just feeling more comfortable. Okay.